Good morning, everyone. I'm Assistant City Manager Lori Bays, and I would like to welcome you to today's hearing. This is the second of 11 virtual budget hearings the city will be holding this year to introduce the fiscal year 22-23 trial budget. The feedback we received today and throughout the budget hearing process is extremely important to us as we formulate the proposed budget to present to the City Council. The proposed budget will be presented to the City Council on May 3rd and voted on May 17th. These hearings will be recorded and streamed on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. And for those of you who do not wish to speak today, you can leave a comment at Phoenix.gov/budget. Another way to participate is through the Fund Phoenix Interactive Budget Tool. This interactive tool lets you provide direct feedback on the proposed budget. And I also wanted to note that immediately following today's meeting, we will be hosting a presentation regarding our drone program. So if anyone would like to stay on after the meeting, you will have an opportunity to view that presentation and provide comment if you would like. So with that, I would like to welcome Council Member Jim Waring, who represents District 2, and he will be opening our meeting today.
Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it very much, and looking forward to this presentation today. I think citizens always get a lot out of these presentations, and so I appreciate you and all the staff sitting behind us for spending your time to brief them on how the city is spending their money. So appreciate that very much, and without further ado, let's roll into the program.
Thank you, Councilman Waring. I'd also like to recognize that Mayor Gallego is on the WebEx with us today. Mayor Gallego, would you like to make any comments?
Thank you, Assistant City Manager Bays. It's a privilege to participate with Councilman Waring, and we really appreciate all the work city staff has done to prepare for the presentation, as well as the residents who've already provided input through Fund Phoenix. Thanks to hard work, we are in a strong budget position, and that will allow us to make investments in the city. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Mayor. Before we begin the video, I would like to introduce our interpreter, Carmen Cota, for today's hearing.
Good morning. My name is Carmen Cota. I will be providing interpretation services, budget audience. We ask as a favor, please try to speak slowly and clearly. That way we can interpret what you're saying as completely as possible. Thank you. To avoid confusion, I will now provide instructions on how to access the hearing in Spanish and English. From your phone, dial 602-666-0783 and enter meeting ID number 2493-769-7490 #. Press pound again when prompted for attendee ID. I will now introduce myself to our Spanish-speaking audience. Mi nombre es Carmen Cota y junto con mi colega Oscar Monroy estaremos sirviéndoles como intérpretes en la audiencia virtual del presupuesto operativo. Al momento de hacer un comentario público, de favor te pedimos que hable despacio, con claridad y deténgase después de cada pocas oraciones para interpretar de la manera más completa posible. Gracias. Ahora les indicaré cómo acceder a la reunión en español. Desde su teléfono, llame al 602-666-0783. Introduzca el número de junta 2493-769-7490. El número de signo del número, seguido por el símbolo del número. Nuevamente, introduzca el símbolo del número cuando se le solicite el número de identificación o ID de asistente. Gracias.
Thank you, Carmen. Next, we will show the budget video highlighting what is in the fiscal year 22-23 proposed budget, and immediately following the video, we will move to speaker comments.
The City of Phoenix trial budget for fiscal year 2022-2023, proposed by the Phoenix City Manager, is ready for public review and comment. A trial budget is a rough draft of the actual budget, estimating how much money and how it will be used for the next fiscal year. How does Phoenix's annual budget work? The city budget is made up of three parts: the general fund, enterprise funds, and special revenue funds. The general fund is made up of general sales tax, property taxes, revenue distributed by the state from income tax, sales and vehicle taxes, and some fines and fees. The general fund supports many of the services our residents, visitors, and businesses have come to expect in Phoenix libraries, parks, senior and youth programs, and police and fire services. Enterprise funds come from departments that only charge the people who use their services directly, like water and sewer, airlines and passengers at Sky Harbor, and trash and recycling customers. Finally, special revenue funds, earmarked for specific purposes from grants and voter-approved sales taxes dedicated for parks and preserves, transportation, and public safety. That's how Phoenix gets its money. Now, how do we spend it? Phoenix has a long history of public budgeting, giving the community a voice in the future of our city by starting the public involvement much earlier than required. Each year, departments look at what it will take to provide services for the upcoming year, and staff forecast what resources will be available to pay for services. The city manager proposes a trial budget that identifies programs and services that build a better, more inclusive city for all, and will keep the budget balanced. Then we ask for your input at community budget hearings, or by using the Fund Phoenix Interactive Budget tool, or by contacting the city directly to ensure the budget reflects the priorities of our residents and City Council. After receiving your input, the City Council will vote on the budget in May and legally adopt the budget in June each year. The law requires the city's budget to be balanced each year, and this year we are happy to report a projected budget surplus of $76 million. This is thanks to Phoenix's continued strong economy and sound fiscal leadership from the mayor and city council. For fiscal year 2022-23, the proposed general fund trial budget includes $21 million to address important needs raised by the council and community, and $55 million in set-asides that could be used for employee compensation, city council priorities next year or in future years, or if needed, provide for budget flexibility. The $21 million in supplementals for next fiscal year is proposed for City Council and community priority areas, including Focus Area 1, Affordable Housing. $1.5 million is proposed for affordable housing to continue necessary support to low-income residents, such as homelessness prevention and funding for Phoenix Starfish Place, which is dedicated to healing and empowering human trafficking survivors. Focus Area 2, Climate and Sustainability. A proposed $1.3 million to create positions dedicated to climate and sustainability initiatives to achieve the goals of the council-approved Climate Action Plan, and to continue funding for the city's award-winning Cool Pavement Program to further help mitigate heat in the city. The funds would also create a position within the city focused on studying the benefits of electric vehicle infrastructure, along with a dedicated Climate Action Plan manager to work toward achieving the goals of the council-approved Climate Action Plan. Focus Area 3, Economic Development, Planning, and Innovation. $1.6 million is proposed to keep Phoenix competitive in the global market. Proposed additions include positions for the Community and Economic Development Department to formalize an international trade program to remain competitive with global markets, enhance marketing opportunities to increase jobs, and resources to target vacant storefronts to create new retail centers. Staffing will also be added to help achieve City Council priority projects, such as transit-oriented development and the Housing Phoenix Plan. Focus Area 4, Historic Preservation and Arts. The city's art collection is in need of refurbishment, and historic buildings need to be protected, which is why the city is proposing $200,000 to invest in historic preservation grants, and to provide increased funding for the Office of Arts and Culture, including arts grants to enhance programming to youth and artists in the community. Focus Area 5, homelessness, immigrant, refugee support, and fast-track cities. $3 million and 17 new positions are proposed to assist the city's growing homeless, immigrant, and refugee populations. The proposed money would help achieve the goals of the council-approved Strategies to Address Homelessness Plan and expand the CARES program that connects individuals to needed services, and a new navigator dedicated to helping immigrants and refugees transitioning into the community, and ongoing funding of $250,000 for the Fast Track Cities initiative. Focus Area 6, Parks and Recreation and Library. To enhance community services, $2.7 million is proposed to the Parks and Recreation Department and the Library Department for enhanced after-school programming at Phoenix after-school centers. Money would also launch a new bookmobile to provide library programming in the Southwest Valley. Focus Area 7, Public Safety and Criminal Justice. $6.3 million is proposed to add more fire sworn personnel to meet minimum staffing requirements. The 19th Avenue Corridor Community Safety and Crime Prevention Plan, and case management support for municipal court to help victims of domestic violence, and new attorney positions for Public Defender's Office for the Veterans and Mental Health Specialty Courts. The proposal also includes using the Phoenix Police Department's existing operating budget to increase the number of civilian positions, allowing sworn personnel to return to the field to respond to calls for service. Focus Area 8, Roadway Safety. Pedestrian and roadway safety is crucial for city streets. $600,000 is proposed to increase annual resources for the City Council-approved Roadway Safety Action Plan. The proposed fiscal year 2022-23 trial budget also includes new positions and needed resources for city enterprise and special revenue funds due to growth and increased demand for services, including additions for aviation, development services, solid waste, transit, and water services. This has been just a taste of what you will find in the 2022-23 City of Phoenix proposed trial budget. More information on the proposed budget is available at our website, Phoenix.gov/budget. We encourage you to use our Fun Phoenix interactive tool to provide input, an interactive budget tool that lets you provide direct feedback on the proposed fiscal year 2022-23 trial budget additions. We hope that you'll review additional details in the budget tabloid, available online at Phoenix.gov/budget. Please share your feedback in whatever way works best for you, at one of the virtual community budget hearings, or by email at budget.research@phoenix.gov. You can comment on the city's social media pages at CityofPhoenixAZ on Facebook or Twitter, and use hashtag PHXBudget, or call us at 602-262-4800. The city manager will present his proposed budget for 2022-23 to the Phoenix City Council on May 3rd, 2022. The council's budget decision will take place on May 17th, 2022. Thank you for being part of this important process. We look forward to hearing your ideas for this year's trial budget and the future of Phoenix.
We will now read the hearing conduct statement and then start calling the names of the speakers. Members of the public may speak for up to 2 minutes to comment on the proposed budget. The city code requires speakers present their comments in a respectful and courteous manner. Profane language, threats, or personal attacks on members of the public, council members, and staff are not allowed. A person who violates these rules will lose opportunity to continue to speak. The city council and staff cannot discuss or comment on matters related to pending claims or litigation. Our first speaker will be Jill Ostendorp. Jill, are you on the line?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Council members and Mayor. My name is Jill Ostendorp, and I am speaking on behalf of Pickleball at Desert Foothills Park, a community group of currently over 800 people that would like to see at least 8 dedicated pickleball courts and parking lot added to our community park. As an interim solution, we are asking for resurfacing or relighting of the 2 current tennis courts to make them dual purpose. These courts are currently underutilized and poorly maintained. Pickleball, as you may know, is the fastest growing sport in America. It has grown 40% in the last 2 years, and specifically in Arizona, it now surpasses tennis league play by 175%. It's safe, inclusive, and great for physical and mental health. Pecos Park is the only city park in Ahwatukee with pickleball courts. We recognize that this is a great park. However, we estimate 40 to 60% of the people playing there do not reside in Ahwatukee. That means even with 16 courts, they're often full and we have long wait times. This problem will only get worse as pickleball continues to grow. Desert Foothills Park also has never been finished in the past 25 years. It has a large gravel area that is currently used for illegal dumping and at times criminal activity. It is bordered by major roads and sports fields and very few homes, which make it ideal for courts to be added. And as with other parks, increased activity due to pickleball can help not only better the area, but reduce crime. This would also support the city's green initiative, as we could walk or bike to play pickleball versus driving to Pecos. Ahwatukee continues to grow with more new home developments, mostly in the foothills area, and we have one of the largest tax revenue bases in the city. We are asking the city to allocate funds for this project. We also respectfully ask that you look to impact fee allocation, ARPA money, and annual park maintenance budgets to complete both new courts and resurfacing of the existing courts. We have sent our full project presentation to each of the districts and are open to any feedback or questions. Thank you again for your time and consideration.
That concludes our speakers for the meeting. So with that, we'd like to thank you for participating and providing feedback on the 22-23 proposed budget. And this concludes the budget hearing.
Multi-level bar in downtown Phoenix that pays homage to the spirit of Mexico and the spirits of Mexico. We serve tequila, mezcal, bacanora, raicilla, sotol, all the agave spirits, right? But we're a gathering place here in downtown Phoenix with a very inclusive vibe. I'm David Taita. I'm the co-owner of Barcoa Agaveria. We weren't looking for a historic building per se, but when you see red brick in Phoenix, you think, I want to be near it, and I want to respect it, and I want to be a part of it. There's like just a certain energy around these old buildings.
Mike Malero, City of Phoenix Planning and Development.